might respond to people on the Twitch feed as well. Yeah, we're here at Summit Point today. We've got 24 races for this first round competition in a 25-minute race. That's really fast, really light cars travelling around the 3.2 kilometre circuit in about 1 minute 3 seconds, so it should be fast and frantic. We've made sure a lot of our guys haven't been able to practice, so hopefully that's for the best. Yeah, so we've got a mix here of guys who've been running Radical Leagues for many seasons, and we've got several new guys as well. So interesting to see how the new guys get on and how the seasoned pros get through all those back markers they're going to experience halfway through this race. Yeah, this first corner is definitely going to be exciting. Definitely, with standing starts as well, so expect a couple of cars to do 360s before they actually get going.
Sound test, sound test. Anyone in the chat, if you can let me know if you can hear me or not.
Excellent. There we go.
Right, so I'll go back into my back into my spiel at the start. So, welcome aboard the UK iRacing Radical League. This is week 1. We're at Summit Point. Yeah, I'm Paul Busby. I'm with Sean Cranley Swash. Oh God, your name is ruining me. But yeah, welcome aboard, everyone.
Yeah, finally people can hear us, which is always a bonus. We're into qualifying now. We're about halfway through, watching the guys come through. This track's quite a short one, actually, Paul. It's only 3.5 kilometres long, if that. And these cars are getting around it in a little over a minute and spinning a lot, as we just saw there.
Yeah, the radicals and cold tyres don't tend to mix too well. It's going to take a good couple of laps for them to get some heat into the tyres, and I think the challenge is going to be keeping it on the track for the first few laps. So it'll be interesting.
Right, let's try and pick up one of the drivers who's actually done a couple of fast laps, which is Nicholas Allen here. He's actually our admin for our Discord group for Radicals, and he's been doing Radicals for some time. I think today he might be the guy to beat. He was doing 1 minute threes or something in practice earlier, so he's still got something else to put into this, I think.
Yep, I think he's definitely going to be the man to beat. I think being the admin of the channel, I think he's got a bit of added pressure on his shoulders as well. So it'll be fun to see how he deals with that.
So what we've got 6 minutes in now. Most of the guys have put in at least a lap. We've got 2 more to come in. So what I'll do is we'll look through here and we see if we can pick someone up. It could be that some of the guys that are new haven't yet managed to put a lap in at all, purely because it's such a hard car and it's such a hard track to actually qualify in.
So at the moment, we've got a top 5 of Nicholas Allen, and then we've got Stephen Masters in P2, then Dan Saddington in 3, then Michael Hornby in 4, and James T. Armstrong in 5th.
Right, it looks like all the guys have actually run through their qualifying sessions now. We've got a couple that are still moving in the pit lane, but they looks like they're coming in. So what we do is we wait for these guys to clear through, give them a couple of minutes, and we'll head straight into the race.
So just to give a bit more background, the Radical, it's running at 380 horsepower, but it only weighs 650 kilos. So you're talking 560 brake per ton, which, yeah, is going to be a bit of an animal. So it'll be good fun to see how everyone keeps it on the track and keeps it clean. These things will do a lap of the ring in 6 minutes and 48 seconds. And anyone who's done some laps at the ring knows that is absolutely obscenely rapid. So, yeah, be interesting.
That's absolutely crazy, that speed. Right, here we go. They're gridding now. Everyone for this race has chosen their custom liveries and hasn't told us about it. So the colour schemes are going to confuse us a bit, I think. You've been asked on chat, Paul, whether you've actually been doing any research or just got Wikipedia in front of you.
I've back of a fag packet. That's what it is, mate. A couple of facts. I think I've pretty much blown through them all already. So, so all the cars are now lining up on the grid. We've got about a minute until green flag.
Let's get a camera on those leaders there.
So anyone from the Discord already knows I cannot drive these things for shit. So if I take the piss when people get it wrong, you can take the piss straight back at me because I cannot drive these things for toffee. I'm telling you, it's actually a running meme within the Discord of how bad I am in this car.
We go as far as throwing in the GT3 vehicle just when we race these cars, just give something to do.
And we're off, guys. We're off. Green flag. Green flag.
Here they come.
Heading down into turn 1.
4 abreast there, halfway through. Let's see if they can get through. No surprise there, Nicholas Allen coming through clean.
Oh, we've got one off on the inside. But other than that, it's looking quite clean to start.
Yeah, looks like everyone's through other than David, who's taking a slight off track. Oh, and Steve's gone as well. They're both back on the track now. And there's a bit of chaos coming out past the chute as well. So we'll go back and have a look at that in a moment. Oh!
So first time through the carousel, I think our leader, Nicholas, has binned it.
There's not much left of that car.
That car's in a very bad way. I think he's going to have to pit for repairs.
Yes.
So we've got a new leader in Stephen Masters now, closely followed by Dan Sannington. Big lunge up the inside there as well. James has taken P3.
Yeah, the good thing is these guys do have one fast repair, so hopefully these guys that do have the first lap instances can actually come back and do something in this race. Particularly if they're able to pick up some fuel early on as well.
So we've got a big battle here between Michael Hornby and James Armstrong for P3.
Yeah, Michael in the Casio car there. Oh, I thought he was going to happen.
Oh, we've got another spin behind and an incident. We've got Charlie Bebb who span it. And I think he's taken Cole with him as well. I don't think there was anywhere where Cole could have gone then.
Well, it looks like it was Ben who crashed. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's a tough corner there. There's not much you can do. Oh, chaos on that corner. Look at that.
I think, unfortunately for Ben, I think he span it trying to make sure he didn't crash into the cars that were off the track.
Right, there you go. We're heading back to Michael now, who's up to 4th place.
So we've got a contingent of 4 up front. Michael, then James, then Dan, then Stephen up in the lead. We've got Ashley Jackson, who's trying to tag onto that group as well and keeping the slipstream.
Yeah, none of these guys are slow here. I would expect them to stick with each other throughout as long as they stay on the track. As we know, cold tyres, quick car. These first few laps, they're going to be tiptoeing around this course. It's so small, it's so tight, it'd be really hard for them.
I think I've got to give a special mention here to our vulnerable leader, Chris Edisford. He's gone from P14 on the grid. He's up to P6 now, chasing down the group in front.
Yeah, he said he had no practice beforehand, but I don't think he was telling the truth there.
We've got Guy just behind him as well, who has gone from P21 up to P7, so that's a mega start, and he's actually just taken Chris as well, so he's now up to P6.
There you go, Guy in this luminous car, I think, for a better description.
Oh, forgive me, actually, it was Chris Rowlands who's just gone into P6.
Right, James is now P3 now. Look how tight this is. There's going to be chaos at some point, I'm sure. They can't keep this close for the duration of the race.
We've got 5 cars now at the front of the pack, all within a second of each other.
Not only that, they're trading faster sectors between them as well. I think they're only going to get faster up to this pit stop. We're running really low fuel in these cars, so these things are really light. They're as fast as they can be. looks like we've lost Mark Nurse as well. He's just gone off the track. So take a look at him. Looks like he's coming down into T1 there. There it goes. He's just hit the grass on the outside, I think.
We just had another fastest lap by James Armstrong, who's currently in P3, pushing hard, trying to get through the pack. Oh, he's actually moved up to P2 now, I believe.
He has. Let's take a look at that overtake. There we go. So there's Ashley Jackson passing into fourth there, by the looks of it. And here's the pass from James as well into second place. There you go, down into T1, nice and easy. I think he got that one a bit easier than he thought he would in the end.
Yeah, he definitely gave the corner up, thinking self-preservation there.
Yeah, although it's 25 minutes, 25-minute race, we're only 5 minutes in, so there's plenty of time.
So Chris has just got a spot back. I think that puts him up to P7. Oh, there's a big incident going into T1. Or is it, sorry, T1 or the last? I think, I'm not sure where it was, but there's a big incident there.
There's a lot of guys going into the pit lane at the moment. That might have been what you've seen there.
Oh no, someone definitely binned it. It was around P10-ish, or near somewhere near Carl.
Yeah, it looks like the front two, front four are pulling away now. From it.
I think we've just seen our first lap as well, first lapped car. So they're going to have to start dealing with back markers with it being such a short track as well.
Yeah, it looks like we've got Mark and Trevor have both been passed now. Trevor's actually quite a new guy on the Discord. I think he only joined a couple of days ago. He's a rookie in iRacing. I think, what did he say, about a month in, something like that? Only done the MX-5. This is the first different car that he's driven. So complete baptism of fire there for Trevor. So I'm sure he'll be happy to get around this track for 25 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of it's going to be a case of survival and keeping it on the track.
So we've got the Mazdas when I started around this place.
We've got a mega battle going on up front. James has just sent it on the inside. He's taken P1, new leader.
Yeah, James is mega fast in any car.
Yeah, as I've known to my detriment as he goes flying past me in the VRS races.
I've got a feeling James is going to pull away now. I think Mark might have been his only competition here, really.
So now there's a battle going on for P2. We've got Stevens trying to defend against Dan. And we've actually got Michael right on the tail of that as well. And then there's a fair old gap. There's a 13-second gap behind to P5. I've seen Chris has dropped down the order. I'm assuming he's had an incident somewhere.
Yeah, very, very possibly. He looks like he went past a couple of guys, and then he's just. I think it's just where everyone else is filtered through. To be honest, doesn't look like anything bad's happened there. We've had an incident. We've had an incident from Rob though. Let's check that out. Oh, he's seen that car lock up in front of him and he's just slammed the brakes on and spun it there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You try and be as safe as you can and it ends up costing you. It's sad when that happens.
Yeah, that corner's hellish. If you hit that in second gear and you put your brakes on too much, you just spin. There's nothing you can do. These cars is really difficult.
So back up to the front. James Armstrong's just put in a 104 dead, which is another fastest lap. He's gone purple, so he's trying to squeeze the gap out. He's got it up to 0.8 of a second at the moment.
Yeah, he's just going to slowly pull away now. There's a group of three behind him that are quite close within a second of each other. I think most of the action's going to be there.
Yeah, we've got Michael Hornby who's keeping Dan Sannington very honest in P3 at the moment. He's poking his nose in and out and trying to put him off.
Oh, Chris has just made another pass though, up for past Ben for P12. So there's another one down the main straight. It looks like in this track where people are doing these overtakes into T1, there's not much else people are willing to do here with these cars. And there you go, they're super cautious again. Oh, they did almost touch them.
So then just moving back down the field a little bit, we've got P6 and P7 who are battling away. Both of them have had mega starts. Ben in P6 actually started P17 and Guy just behind him started P21. So just goes to show if you can keep it clean and get your pace going, you can work your way through the field pretty successfully.
I think that's going to be the pattern for this championship, to be honest. We're using a lot of the free content and a lot of those tracks are quite small and quite narrow, other than the Charlotte Roval, which will be a completely different kettle of fish. We're going to see a lot of that sort of action as we go through this championship. Looks like there's a move here coming on into turn 1. No, too far back by the looks of it. Oh, there has been an incident. Looks like someone stopped right in front of them. I think that might have been Guy or Rash. Let's take a look back at that. Yeah, so the guys here have come around the corner, then all of a sudden there's a car in the middle of the track, nowhere to go. And they've just gone in.
Oh dear. No one likes to see that.
Wow, back at the front though, James has just done a 103.98. He's under the 104 barrier now.
Yeah, as they start losing fuel out of the car, they're just going to get quicker and quicker. I'm not sure how far away from the fuel window we're at. I think it might be coming close to the pit window now.
Yeah, it must be. There's 11 minutes gone. I expect them to refuel 15 minutes in, there or thereabouts. There can't be much left in these tanks. Oh, looks like Guy's had a bit of an incident as well.
Just looking as well, it looks like Michael's just overtaken Dan for P3. He's made that work. He's been pressurising him for the last few laps.
Yeah, let's see if I can find that out for you. Oh.
So the field is starting to get a bit more spread out. We've got a few more gaps happening in between them now. The midfield's pretty spread. There's definitely a few wounded cars in the pits as well. Yeah, I think we've lost about 6 cars at the moment.
Once they've done their fast repair, they've got one more go at it, and I think some of those guys have had their second chance already.
So just to give a quick recap, we've currently got James Armstrong up in P1. He started P5, so mega start from him. We've got Stephen Masters in 2nd, and then we've got Michael Hornby in 3rd, Dan Saddington in 4th, Charlie Bebb in 5th, Ben Chaplin in 6th, Chris Rowlands in 7th, David Norman in 8th, Sandy Legg in 9th, and Ben Brodie finishing out the top 10.
Yeah, the whole field's starting to stretch out a bit now. There's a couple of guys who are within a second of each other. I'm going to head over to Damien Gee to see what he's up to, because he seems to be closing in the car in front.
Yeah, so that'll be a battle between him and Ben Brodie, trying to get into the top 10. Yeah. Looks like Ben's defending for his life at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of the guys are coming in for their pit stops now by the looks of it. So we should start to see some changing over. The only guys that haven't pit look like the front 3 at the moment. They're probably able to save their fuel a bit better. Oh, that was close. I'll head over to Stephen Masters.
Yeah, so P2, P3 and P4 are all within a second of each other on the track. James is trying to take off into the distance. He's got a gap of 1.5 now to P2. So it'll be interesting to see where it ends up after the pits, because we all know how easy it is to shoot through our pit box, right? Especially in these things with no ABS.
Yeah, so people have got their pit limiters mapped in. The entrance to the pits at Summit is a bit of a hill as well. If you take that too fast, you can lose those cars.
Could end up with some controversial black flags costing people.
Right, let's go back and have a look at a couple of the incidents that we've had while these cars are filtering through. So here's Guy a couple of laps ago. He's just spun it there. That's that tough, tight left-hander off to the chute.
Just looks like he got on the throttle a bit early, didn't it? Oh, and then he's had a mare getting back on the track as well.
Yeah, you always got that fear of having to take someone out, haven't you? Especially around there. People are coming around at 50, 60 miles an hour, I think, at the slowest point. And to have a bright pink car in front of you is the best of it. Right, here's Sandy Legg.
So we're down to the final 10 minutes of the race now. So it should be about 9 or 10 laps, depending on when the leader crosses the line.
Right, let's just head back to James. He's just done a 103.9, so it's faster still.
He's squeezed the gap out now to 2.1 seconds as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a case of bye-bye James, I think. Right, looks like Carl and Damien down in 9th and 10th having a bit of a battle.
Oh, wow, yeah. There's 3 cars going at it there, isn't it? Cole, Damien and Ben all battling away for P9 by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, there are points to be made up, but there's points all the way down the table. I think down to 20, you get 1 point, so there's definitely points to make up for this 6-round championship.
That's a great move there from Carl. He's just taken both of them going into the final corner. But now they've got the, looks like Damien's got the slipstream behind him.
Yeah,
oh no, actually Ben, sorry. Ben's got the slip.
It's a long old straight here. You're going to have to. Oh, do you know what? If there wasn't that third car, I would beg to have had him.
He's managed to hold on. Hopefully this battle continues because that's very tight back there.
It looks like top 3 are getting closer together again. But I'm not really wanting to leave this battle because it's good to go anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. So, just to recap, we've got Ben here in P11, and then we've got Damien in P10, and then Carl up in P9 after that mega move into the final corner. I think that's the best one we've seen so far.
Yeah, they've just moved up a bit more because of the pit stops now. So Carl's up to P7.
Right, we've got the leader entering the pits now. James has just entered the pits, followed by P2, which is Stephen.
But Michael stayed out.
That could be interesting if he can go and put a purple lap in. He could possibly jump Stephen in the pits.
Well, the lap before he did a 103.96, so he's really pushing it.
This is going to be interesting to see how this comes out. James is just leaving the pits now.
Let's go back to let's go and have a look at Michael, see where he is.
There's a lot of traffic that's got in between James and Stephen there as he's left the pits. He's got, I think, 4 cars in between them now, so that will do James a big favour. He's got out in front of this big group. So I'm just checking whether Michael's diving in this lap or if he's got another one in him.
I think he's going to dive in. If we have a look at the traffic there, it's the perfect place to come in. He might skip several of these cars in the big group behind him for 13th, 14th, 15th.
Yep, the current leader's into the pits. So I'm going to... Oh, he's had a bit of a moment going into the pit lane. I'm going to keep an eye on Michael and see where he comes out in relation to James and Stephen. That'll be interesting.
Right, let's go over to Stephen then. So Stephen and James, they're 4 seconds apart.
He's just left the pits now. Michael's just left the pit.
Stephen's coming through the last corner. He's crossing the line now. It's going to be tight. So he's going to carry all that speed through. Look at the traffic.
He's come out miles in front.
He has, hasn't he? I think that traffic did not help the guys that pitted early.
So Michael Hornby's taking the lead with a brilliantly timed pit stop. He's avoided all of that traffic, and he's actually got a 2-second gap now to the cars behind. So that's worked out really well for Michael there. Brilliant strategy from him. That extra lap saved him, really.
It did. I think something really bad that must have happened to James there, because he's now 6 seconds back from the lead.
Yeah, so he is, yeah. I think Stephen's got ahead of him. Oh, Stephen's just had an accident as well. He's just hit someone from behind.
Yeah, it looks like he's maintained second place there, though.
I think that was actually him and Dan, who were both battling away for P2. So I think Dan might have been avoiding, from what I could tell, it might have been that he was avoiding something, put the brakes on and... Oh,
yeah, looks like a back marker. Whoever was that slowed him down. He just got nudged by Dan there in the end.
So in the meantime, Michael's just got his head down and he's now 4.2 seconds away. So if he holds it together, this could be a victory.
Do you know, that's a surprise. The pace that James had early on, I was convinced he was going to pull away from everyone there. Must have had a nightmare pit stop.
So it actually looks like Carl was got up to P5 after the round of pit stops as well. So that's great stuff for him.
Yeah, he's all alone out there as well, Carl. P4 is going around the carousel now. He's just coming.
Oh, there's been another incident at the carousel as well.
Yeah, it's Dan again. Dan's off the track. That's twice in a row his car has stayed. So he's been nudged from the front, from the rear in that previous lap. Let's see what happened here. I think it was just that wing damage might have got the better of him. Oh, look, no, it's another car in front of him. And you know what? I think that was Chris Edisford that knocked him off the track there.
You could see Chris was just trying to get himself off the track there, but
yeah, I mean that's what you do. You've got to get off that track around that corner, as we've been saying throughout the race. It's such a dangerous place.
So it looks like James is back up to P3. He has got quite a bit of traffic in front of him, and he's currently about 10 seconds back from the lead.
Yep. So the closest bit of action now is there's like this battle here for 11th place between Ash and Damien. They're about half a second apart.
It's looking like the carousel's been the nightmare corner for everyone. There's been quite a few incidences in there.
Oh, it's a fantastic bit of track.
So with 3 minutes left of the race to go, we've got Michael out in the lead. He's 6 seconds clear of Stephen Masters in second, who's just dealing with some back markers at the moment, going into T1. And then you've got James, who's actually caught up really well. I think this traffic has held up Stephen a bit in P2. So he's only a second and a half back now, but there's about 3 back markers in between the pair of them. So it'll be down to how James wants to deal with the back markers a bit, I think.
Yeah, this has got P11 here, which is Alan in between. And then you've got all the way back, just coming into the carousel now is P4. So the top 4 are still quite close, with Michael really pushing away out front now.
We're down to the final 2 minutes of the race now.
Right, so P1's just crossed the line. I expect there to probably be 1-2 laps to go.
We've actually had a new fastest lap as well. Chris Rowlands has managed to do a 3.831 actually, so that's about a tenth and a half quicker than anything we've seen from the leaders so far.
That came out of nowhere, that one. I mean, Chris, where did he qualify? He qualified
P12.
P12, so he's done all right. You wouldn't expect that sort of pace. I mean, everyone's slowing down now. Other than that 103, I mean, the last laps are all in the 104s, 105s plus.
So I think the battle to look at now is James. James is up in P3. He's now right on the tail of Stephen up in P2. It's just whether he's got enough laps to actually make it count, because I think we're probably going to be white flag racing now.
Yeah, it's not going to be long. P1's just crossed the line, so I reckon that must be white flag. How long we got left? Yeah, less than a minute. Yeah, so he's within a second of him now. Let's watch him all the way through, see what he can do. We'll have to find out from James after exactly what happened on that pit stop, because he lost a bucket full of time. Right, P1's going through the carousel for the last time.
We've got James literally under the wing of Stephen up in P2.
Yeah, he's going to get a good old toe to that last corner now. I think he'll be waiting to put it in right there. Here they come under the bridge for the last time. Right, and Michael Hornby's just crossed the line for the win. But we'll watch these two as they come out the last corner. Oh, James is really wide there. He's put everything into it, but I don't think he's going to get past him down here.
Yeah, and so that's a P1 for Michael. Brilliant result for him. And then we've got Stephen Masters in second, James Armstrong in third, Dan Saddington's just crossed the line in P4. Then we've got Carl in P5.
Pile up at P1.
Charlie Bebbs finished in 6th. Chris Rowlands in 7th. Ben Chaplin in 8th. Ben Brody in 9th. And Damien G in P10.
Now, I don't know about you, Paul, but I thought that was an excellent race.
Yeah, definitely. We saw some brilliant moves. Few dodgy incidents, but it's a good sign of things to come for next week for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone kept it very quick, very, very clean there. I mean, this for the first round of a championship, you can't ask for a harder place to come to, really. A lot of these guys, as I said, hadn't driven the car before or driven it in anger before. I know a lot of them on the Discord were saying this afternoon that they might have to get in the car beforehand because they don't know how it handles around here. But I think that shows the benefit of having fixed setups as well. Everyone's driving identical machinery here, and it's all up to driver skill, and around this place, luck as well.
Yeah, for sure. We saw quite a lot of the top 5 getting collected accidentally, obviously, by back markers and things like that. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's like Russian roulette a little bit around here.
Yeah, it is, definitely. Let's see if I can pull up the results for us.
There we go. There's our top 18.
So there's no real surprises there other than Nick, who obviously went off on the first lap there. See if we can see where he is at the bottom.
It looks like he actually pulled it in after that, to be honest. He's minus 21 laps on my screen. So
yeah, looks like that was it for him. It's a shame.
I think he might have been a bit upset with himself on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Right, let's end the stream here. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the race like we did, and we'll be back next week for more.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, everyone. Like I say, please drop us a message if you want to be part of the Discord. Really good community we've got going on here. We've got GT3s, we've got radicals, we've got absolutely everything. We're running a Daytona team. We run endurance events over the weekends, hosted sessions pretty much every night. So yeah, be good to get you all on board. So yeah, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.